Before this episode starts, I had to clarify one thing. During the recording, you might gonna hear some static from my voice because due to the COVID-19 and as well the social distance, we're pretty much doing it in camera and photo. With that said, I hope you guys enjoy it and hopefully that the static will not bug you a lot through this episode.
Hello everyone, I am Decimal24, and with me here today is my special co-host, SonicMarioFan10.
That's right, everyone. Hello, everyone. This is me, Sonic. Today we have a matchup between two villains that basically are partners to the main enemy.
Simply, let's have their own sidekicks.
Yes, Metal Sonic, the robot Sonic, and created by Dr. Robotnik.
And Bowser Jr., the son of King Bowser. Or King Koopa, you want to put simply.
Alright, for this matchup, we are gonna mostly with the camp. We are gonna count some few party games for Bowser Jr. and also some games, and also kind of also the World Sonic, so moving from Metal Sonic to try to make it a little bit more fair, and also try to get a bit more stuff about both of them.
And another conclusion for this one, we are excluding any non-strategic ones, such as the RG Sonic comics, as well to any social media tours related to Bowser Jr.
Yeah.
That means outside. Pretty much you know what I'm gonna say. With that said, welcome to Reverses, and here is the analysis.
Robotnik, he been trying his best to make wild collections, and he tried to really beat his main rival Sonic the Hedgehog. But then every time he always loses. But then one day he decided to make that all the met Sonic with mostly his speed and stats. So, well, real quick Sonic to really go to I think it was like Old Job Office, I think it was, and he actually swept. He got found scene, and then in the scene he got and he took some of his DNA for his, and he found Amazing Button and really tell Sonic called Metal Sonic. Metal Sonic has different kind of abilities and skills in his arsenal. He's so big and able to keep up with Sonic, and so far in the games, this says Sonic's top speed is about over 69 miles per hour, and that's almost how the speed is like. So Metal Sonic can also keep up with that. Ultimate Sonic has different kinds of attitudes as well. He does have some Sonic's attacks, one being the home attack, the dash attack, and some other ones as well. But he also has different really built in his muscle. He can actually copy people's movements and steal, but it will take him more time to really work on that. But he can still do it. Also, he is shown to be capable of mostly going to with other Sonic characters. Really mostly being Sonic, Shadow, Knuckles, and no Sonic maybe shown to be, but he is shown to be. Sometimes he just need really help them wait time for when he gets copy someone's tactics, or this trial might make them. But also it was like also if he fights against somebody like a Super Sonic or a team battle, he'll also use him. But yet he does have a form that he can make him really kind of like other seemingly he can go them to Mega Overlord, a bit wannabe Godzilla. He could really so to be really powerful. But while Metal Sonic is really some be a tough opponent for Sonic and being is also good, but he will take time to really cover them.
And here comes with the Bowser, well, technically now his son, Bowser Jr. You know his origin? No, because there's no origin to Bowser Jr. Frankly, his history is unknown at this moment. We never actually got to know how Bowser Jr. was created, as well who's this reason why he to be in the first place. But to put it simply, in this era of King Bowser, aka Spoiled Brat, for those who don't know, he is always destined to be next heir to the throne of the Bowser Kingdom. And much like his father, he had a shared hatred against a red plumber himself, Mario. One goal he wanted to do, take down the plumber and conquer the Mushroom Kingdom like his own old man. And with all that, there's some things that Bowser do have some abilities on. Even though his fireball it cannot be a comparison to his dad, but it's also mentioning that he can able to shoot fireballs from his mouth by bouncing into the walls, and it can effectively to other damaging opponents. Oh, I don't think he mostly uses that time, well, sometimes in the game, but mainly in continuity. There's also some other abilities I would say, and considering that he is a Koopa, he do have some cool strengths. After all, he can able to drag his own heavyweight father with some efforts, to be honest. As well as a few more, like say he can able to easily toss Peach, even though he is still a kid. And he also have his iconic arsenal as well as clown card, but we're not gonna talk about that until we get to equipment and arsenal. But it's also worth mentioning here is that Bowser is surprisingly have some counter space, to be honest. He can just simply pull out bombs, shells, hammers to draw at his opponents. And basically now, in Super Mario Strikers, he did manage to gain one ability, Solar Wave. But simply, kind of like Black Canary's own super move. But the only difference is that Bowser Jr. uses it high and above with no evidence how he able to do that. Trust me, because he had a white brat, to be honest. And for his personal equipment, it's very interesting. One of the main ones and currently today is the Clown Card Jr. And yes, I said Clown Card Jr. Surprisingly, he made his own version from his dad somehow. With it, regardless of his own, regardless of size, he can easily use it as his own. Just surprised that it had a drill and even act like a go-kart for some reason. And I think it would be good for go-karting every time there's gonna be a next Mario Kart.
As he is,
There's others like say airships, a boomstick machine, Mega Hammer, and therefore but his most iconic one is his magic paintbrush. His magic paintbrush was created by Professor E. Gag, the same guy who invented the vacuum. I forgot the name of the vacuum for Luigi, but it states that with the magic paintbrush, He can go into types of different graffiti that burns, electrify, or even pollute anything according to people. As shown in Super Mario, sorry, I almost forgot right there. And surprisingly, with it, he can able to spawn endless amounts of enemies that kept his opponents like Mario, Tiki, and Bay. That's what keeps them blind, as shown in some other games, including a particular fighting game for Nintendo. Knowing that, he also has his Hedgehog vendetta. You may notice it during some games and based enough his handkerchief. And based enough, with it, he can transform into Shadow Mario. He's somewhat his own special transformation of the blue. Sorry, I almost say blue bomber, but I was meant to say the red cap plumber Mario. In that state, he can able to teleport, spawn burning sledge with his own feet, and he can able to battle against Mario and Flood, a somewhat water machine that can able to wipe anything out. And also surprisingly, with it, you can able to clean it up. And with those things, Bowser Jr. can be up the true era of Bowser for good reasons. He managed to easily learn the Koopa Clown Car easily, and using all the gadgets despite being as a kid. And surprisingly, he managed to buy a fall from knocking Bowser unconscious, as well as surprise Boomsday Machine Explosion. Seriously, look it up. And plus, he managed to survive an explosion that instantly launched him into Saturn, which is surprisingly useful because of durability. Although he do have flaws, despite of his own surprisingly stats as well as incredible abilities and arsenal, he is still a kid after all, and tends to be a spoiled brat. Why he wants to have it once he don't. And yes, he's also became arrogant and cocky and got to fighting the plumbers. Plus his own mechs, even though I didn't mention in the analysis, have their weakness. They have a few projectiles for his mechs can be against him. Plus, you want to talk about Galaxy mechs, it can require prep time at best. Extreme tempers like these, it can easily be his own downfall. Nevertheless, Bowser Jr. is a brat and brings out still a kid. This shows that he has true potential for the next heir / king to the Koopa army and his own old man's throne.
So, fine, we got done with spoke 2 characters. But let's see who actually won this fight.
And the winner of this episode is, as my thing, Metal Sonic. Okay, oh boy, there's gonna be a lot of Mario fanboys gonna rage at us that we have a Sonic character being a Mario character at best, do we?
Well, clearly this matchup has been talked a lot, and clearly it's kind of obvious that Metal Sonic wants to win this. But we're still gonna say that why Metal Sonic clearly takes first. Because out of speed, Metal Sonic does take speed. Bowser is really fast with his pound call, but technically Metal Sonic has been shown to be still Sonic, who's shown to get speed about 69 miles per hour, and that's really insane for so yeah, Metal Sonic all takes speed. Now for Swing.
Now, deterring both of them at best, plus their own strength compared to living or striking strength at best, the living strength I could see for Metal Sonic is pretty debatable if I were to include some few things. But for living strength, I had to say is for Bowser Jr., considering that he did manage to live his own man, considering his giant form at best. In terms of striking strength, however, and diplomacy, this one is a bit debatable, but I think at this best and for accuracy, I had to go with Metal Sonic this one. Now, don't get me wrong. While Bowser Jr.'s Max can able to rival against the Mario Bros. Time to time, and if I were scaling to the Mario Brothers, where at best they can able to up as a Bowser as well as a black hole. But that compels a comparison because after all, Metal Sonic have done and surprisingly survived many more. Even in some other games, like say when considering the fact that he did manage to be much more potential than the final Egg Blaster, which at best, the Egg Blaster can able to destroy multiple star solar systems, and which it requires 2E438 tons of TNT at best. And it is quite debatable if Blaster can able to equal to that state, and for those who want to correct me, put in the comments below. But at this point, I think it's accurate for this one for strings and striking string at best attacking point C. Also, I definitely gets that advantage.
So yeah, and also Metal Sonic is going to be much more smaller than Bowser Jr. and also that. Like Def so like I said, Bowser is typically black and really cocky at times, and yet he does really have like because he is still a kid. And Metal Sonic, even that he's not very valuable, but not a lot of experience, but he definitely was small. He has a small thing. He also can find out what Bowser is actually doing and copy his moveset and actually beat the World Koopa. So he's also small and also so overall, Bowser was much more tougher and also so to be far more kind of like a little bit more experience, but Metal Sonic can be faster, a bit more stronger power, and really take out the thing Koopa down.
And I know many of you thinking, but you're gonna be kidding me! Metal Sonic couldn't even defeat some few orbits, and at best, Bowser had gone to at best multi-system level or sources at best. Come on!
Well,
because from scaling.
Well, yes, but technically, Metal Sonic has been something he can help in just something on one-on-one fight. If it was a team fight or it's a team fight, Metal Sonic also lose. But technically, this is not like Metal Sonic versus Bowser and the Koopa Army. No, this is Metal Sonic versus a one-on-one fight, not a one versus team fight. So Metal Sonic can also really still beat Bowser Jr. if it's a one-on-one fight, because he can still know what his mountain is and all of that.
And for those who gonna be happy if I restate this, we just mostly focus on the first form of Metal Sonic, and at best that Bowser Jr. could win this fight. But even then, Metal Sonic could just instantly win this fight, no doubt. But you could say it was Turtle Soup tonight for this Robotic Hedgehog.
I guess Bowser didn't really have the metal to win.
I'll give a 8 out of 10 at best.
Yeah, well.
Winner of this episode is Metal Sonic.
Get ready for the next battle.